Now, take the fast lane through the topics that matter across the Commonwealth. This is the Fast Lane with Ed Lane.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into the Fast Lane. Beautiful Friday night. Sorry, we left that. Accidentally started playing the Fast at 5-ish. We'll probably be doing that later on today. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the show here on the Fast Lane. We've got a big Friday Night Lights extravaganza in the Seminole District. You got LCA and Heritage playing, and we'll talk about that later on. Jefferson Forest and Brookville is on our airwaves, and Ed Lane will be there. I'll be there. Ty will be here at the studio, and I don't know where Trey's reffing, but
I think Chatham.
Oh, he's in Chatham tonight.
Yes.
I figured he wasn't at the Brookville game, but man, I was kind of hoping he would be. That'd be fun. The whole studio in one location, man. With that being said, it's supposed to be a great game tonight. Ty, what are you looking forward to as far as Jefferson Forest and Brookville?
It's a lot. I think it's going to be a lot going on tonight. I mean, I say the two biggest games right now in the area is LCA versus Heritage and Brookville versus JF. I mean, it's a rivalry game, but yet again, like you said, it's a important game for both teams because JF already got that playoff berth, but right now they got a lot of teams, good teams in front of them. I'm not saying JF is a good team, it's a good team, but you got Louisa undefeated, GW, then Sherendo that lost 3 games, but that helped them a lot. But right now it's like fighting for that top seed, especially that number 2 seed they're trying to get. And then, you got Brookville right now trying to get a playoff spot as well. Then you got LCA Heritage fighting for that Seminole District, at least, especially like probably a top spot in the playoffs. Yeah. So it's a lot going on right now.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be a lot going on in the studio in Lynchburg this week. We got homecoming actually as well for Liberty and Delaware playing in the Lynchburg area. There's already tons of people here. I work at a barbecue chain, and we felt it today. We felt that crowd starting to come in. It's going to be busy, man. It should be a good one. I'm excited though because I think really and truly, I think Brookville can give Heritage a run for their money. I think LCA and Brookville, when you look at that matchup from last week, Brookville outside of Jefferson Forest kept it up with LCA. I mean, LCA didn't blow them out of the water. They weren't doing running clock or anything. It was very tight-knit, and I know LCA is still recovering from some injuries, but it's going to be interesting to see. I will say I'll be keeping my eye on that LCA and Heritage game on Max Preps as much as possible, and I'll probably be texting Dane Washburn, assistant coach over there, defensive coordinator, about the game, seeing where everything's at, if Max Preps isn't up to date with it. But yeah, man, I'm excited. Speaking of which, there's a bunch of action going on. World Series, man, that's been something else. Canada, they can't win the NHL Stanley Cup. They may take the World Series tonight. That's on our airwaves tonight as well here on WVGM 93.3 FM, 1320 AM. Now powered by ESPN Radio, VTR and Sports. We've been powered by ESPN Radio for over a month now, and it's been great. It's honestly been great. It's been a great booster, and the clients that we have love that they get to say they are sponsoring an ESPN type station, and that could be you if you hop on, if you join in, and all of the fun. And I tell you what, as a business, it works. We know how to promote businesses, especially if you're a small business looking to kick back up. Trust me, I promise you it works. There are several stories where Ed has brought in small businesses and he's put them up on InsaneRadioDeals.com, which, by the way, we've got our own deals going on right now with that. 31% off listed price now through November 3rd. It goes through Halloween. Trick or treat, ladies and gentlemen. No tricks, just straight up treats. Ty, have you been to Oliver's on Rivermont or any of those restaurants?
No, I haven't.
I tell you what, I went to the Yard, which I happened to run into Trey there with his wife. Sorry, not fiance.
Girlfriend.
But I ran into Trey and them there, and we both agreed it was a pretty nice spot in downtown. And
Mhm.
great barbecue all around, great soul food. Went to Oliver's on Rivermont, and that was a great place in itself. So, really and truly, like, there's a lot of great chains that have joined us and sponsors and everything. And
Mhm.
if you're a small business out there, take advantage of it. I promise you it works and it will benefit you in the long run. And if it doesn't, you don't lose money, we lose money. So be sure to check it out on there. Um, Also, CUSA Women's Soccer Championship now going up through Friday, by the way. Sunday, November 2nd through Friday, November 7th, hosted by Liberty University at Osborne Stadium. And that's going to bring in a lot of buzz as well. We were hoping to have Corey Spector on, who's calling a bunch of those games. Unfortunately, schedules didn't align and we weren't able to bring him on, but we wish him the best. And you can go check this out as well at Osborne Stadium. Tickets at libertyflames.com, CUSAW Soccer, or call 434-582-7328. Get your tickets today. You don't want to miss out on that tournament. Hey, Ty, you ready for some picks, man?
Yeah.
We've got a lot of great action going on, man.
Yes.
Lots of great action happening in the college football world, and a lot of those games captured here on VTRN. So, with that being said, Ty, while I pull up the picks here, is there a game that comes to mind that you're excited about?
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I picked 3 games. I'll say Miami versus SMU. That's an important game.
Very important game.
I'll say Vandy versus Texas. That's definitely an important game for both teams. And my biggest one, I'll say probably like Oklahoma versus Tennessee.
Oklahoma versus Tennessee. Yeah,
That's an
that
important
makes
game
sense.
for both teams. But it's gonna show that, like, is Oklahoma actually a good team, or they were just a fake
Fluke.
fluke team.
Maybe. I don't know, man. If that's the case, then you can make fun of Michigan Wolverine fans for losing to a fluke team. Man.
Yes.
How do you invest $3 million in a quarterback and more into the team, even from the Barstool president, and you are highly underperforming?
It showed, like I said, like ever since I called it. I don't think you remember I called it. I'm not sure if I told Trey. But I said they're gonna lose to Texas because Texas is gonna expose Oklahoma. And
they did.
That's what happened.
And they did. They did. Speaking of Texas, that's who starts our picks. Vanderbilt, Diego Pavia, and that Vandy team are on a roll. Now they've cracked the top 10, taking on a Texas team that may or may not have Arch Manning, depending on the concussion protocol. But the question is, Vandy's faced a lot of good defenses. We saw them tough lock in with Missouri, who has a great defense, by the way. Vandy ended up winning that game. But you got to wonder, how will they react to this Texas defense? I will say, you look at the first half of Mississippi State game, you think, oh, that's nothing. But you look at how Texas handled Mississippi State in the second half.
Mm-hmm. And you could also agree that Texas is a way better defense than Missouri and Mississippi State as well. Add to it.
Heavily.
So that's why I feel like Texas is going to win it, but I think it's going to be a close game. But I would not be surprised. Arch Manning is definitely get cleared by Saturday without a doubt, because I know he's been practicing. They probably haven't made an announcement, but right now I'm going with Texas.
I'm going to go with Texas as well. Ed is going to take Texas because right now he says selling Vandy at a high point is risky. All right, this for all our ACC lovers, because we bring a lot of coverage from the ACC. This is a very important game, and we're going to talk about this with Royal Howell later on the show. But Miami, number 10 ranked, taking on SMU. They were third in the ACC, lost to Wake Forest, and now they are fifth, I believe. Miami's in the 4th place range. Louisville jumped to 3rd, UVA 2, GT 1. Safe to say, this game is going to knock somebody out of the ACC championship contention,
yes,
unless something crazy happens.
Yes, definitely. I just feel like Miami is definitely going to knock out MCU's ACC title hopes, so I'm going with Miami.
I will say, SMU is hard to predict. I love Rhett Lashley and what he's done with this program, but you don't know the kind of quarterbacking Kelvin Jennings you're going to get. You don't know what SMU defense is going to show up. It drastically flip flops. If offense shows up, defense doesn't.
Mhm.
If defense shows up, well, offense doesn't show up. I'll take Miami, as will Ed. Ed says SMU's been a hit of a paper tiger through Rhett Lashley who's a better schematic coach and game manager than Cristobal. Ooh, I mean, he's got a point there. Cristobal struggles to finish the big games, but we'll see. We'll see. Duke and Clemson. This is going to be a good one, I think. This is the one game, I think, preseason that when I spoke to Clemson reporters, outside of the LSU game, this was one of the games that we're really looking forward to. Duke coming to Death Valley, an improved Duke football team. But right now, I don't think they expected Clemson to be on the low as they've been this season. Duke and Clemson, Ty, who do you got?
Duke. I think a lot of people have really been disrespecting disrespecting Duke. So
who's disrespecting Luke Barnett?
There's a lot of reporters.
Oh man, you hear that, Luke? Oh,
but I'm gonna go with Duke.
I'm gonna go with Duke as well, as will Ed. All right, this one's a good one. We talked about this with Colton Pohl on the show yesterday. Navy unbeaten taking on North Texas. JMU fans, keep an eye on this game. Listen, this game could control some narratives in the Group of 5 playoff spot. Who do you got, Ty?
At first, I was with Navy, but I realized Texas got too much offense for Navy. It's so hard. It's so tough, but Navy has been playing good.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, you can't go against Navy, but I'm just have to lean towards Texas a little bit.
I'm going to lean towards North Texas because they got explosive offense. And who has Navy really played this year?
That was my biggest concern.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hate to go against the Navy, but I'm going to pick North Texas over Navy. Here's a game I'll be at, and a game that's also playing on the VTRN Sports app and on our radio waves at 93.3. Number 16, Louisville, 6-1, going to Blacksburg's Lane Stadium to take on the Virginia Tech Hokies. At this point, if Virginia Tech wants to make a bowl game, you need to win 3 of your last 4 games.
And they're not.
Yeah, I know. I know what you said.
I'm gonna just pop that ball. They're not.
You said it off the mic earlier. So yeah, it's gonna be. I kind of agree with you. I'm gonna take Louisville as the loss, and they may lose to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
They may lose to UVA, though. I don't know. UVA struggles against VT.
Definitely.
And Florida State's a toss up for me right now for that. We'll have to wait and see come next week. Okay.
Yeah.
That game will be decided next week, but I'll take Louisville. Ty took Louisville. Ed is taking Louisville. Georgia taking on Florida at the Swamp. Ty, let me give you an interesting stat. Interim head coaches this year are 3-2 in their first game.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me the 3 interim coaches that won? One including in this district. Philip Montgomery, Virginia Tech.
I was like Philip Montgomery, but it's another coach. I feel like it's like from
It's 2 programs you wouldn't expect.
Arkansas.
No.
Okay.
UCLA.
Okay.
And UAB.
Oh yeah.
Upset Memphis.
See, that's what I was like.
Yeah. That they gave Memphis their first loss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Georgia and Florida. Can Billy Gonzalez pull off an upset? Or will Georgia run the table again? I'm gonna take Georgia, but I do think because of rivalry's sake, this game's gonna be close.
Oh yeah, definitely. But you never go against Kirby Smart no matter what.
All right. Ed has Florida. They'll play hard for Billy Gonzalez, and Georgia's non-explosive O keeps this close. Ooh, okay. Ed has Florida. Delaware and Liberty. Ty. Ed has Delaware. I think I'm going to take Delaware for safekeeping, for my record's sake. I don't know what my record is, but I have a feeling it hasn't been the greatest. So I'll take Delaware. Who do you got?
I'm going with Delaware. Too much injuries on Liberty's defense.
Yeah.
Liberty has not been consistent this whole season, so it's really like you ain't got no choice.
Excuse me. Everybody in the Commonwealth is playing at the same time. UVA will be playing California around the same time as Liberty. I'm going to take UVA. I know people are saying they're due for a loss. Their luck will run out. I don't think this is the game where their luck runs out, though.
I give it one more week. That's what I said. I give it one more week. That's not taking UVA.
Yeah, absolutely. Ed is going to take Cal. We'll go on now. Oklahoma and Tennessee, man. You know, I think you mentioned it earlier, Ty. Oklahoma's luck is running out.
Mm-hmm.
And so does Tennessee win this game for you?
Yeah. What? I'm going with Tennessee. Rocky Top. Come on now.
Top Tennessee. Okay. I love it. I will take Oklahoma because I don't trust Tennessee.
Yes.
I don't trust Rocky Top in the big game.
I agree with you on that. I'll take
50-50,
that. Yes.
You know, for me, Ed is going to take Tennessee. USC and Nebraska will be playing on our airwaves, and we're going to pick that game now. USC or Nebraska?
I can't trust USC during this time of year, especially like when it gets to October and further down. You never trust Lincoln Riley, and USC. I'm going with Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska in an upset. I like that. I like that pick. I'm going to take USC, but I like that upset pick. Ed's going to take USC. He says, I'm concerned Rule is suffering from the freeze focus factor with eyes on another destination. I mean, Nebraska tried to lock him up because you know that coaching carousel right now is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were confused about that move just because Rule's resume right now isn't the greatest. But there may be another benefactor to it. Cincinnati at Utah. I don't know. I haven't watched enough of Cincinnati to really know if I trust them.
I watched some games Cincinnati, some like in the half because
I love Satterfield.
I be flipping a lot of games, so I think Cincinnati might pull this one off.
All right, I'm gonna take Utah, as will Ed. All right, we're gonna cut now to the NFL. Playing on VTRN, it's the Carolina Panthers taking on the Green Bay Packers. No international game this weekend, by the way. Packers and Panthers. Do you trust the Panthers now with the healthy Bryce Young to pull out an upset? Or do the Packers keep rolling? They're number one in the NFC right now. If the playoffs were to start today, Green Bay Packers are the number one seed.
I'm still taking Green Bay.
I'm taking Green Bay as well. Ed is taking the Panthers to cover, but he's got Green Bay to win it. All right, I like this one. I'm really excited for this game. The hot Indianapolis Colts come to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Ty, who you got in this game?
I'm going to take the Colts. I just feel like the Steelers is not going to be able to keep up with the Colts. And like you said, Daniel Jones coming in hot. Jonathan Taylor, MVP candidate. He should be talked about right now, so I'm going with the Colts.
All right. I'm going to take the Colts. Ed's going to take the Steelers. Broncos and Texans. This one could be an interesting toss-up right here. Broncos, you never know what team you're going to get there, but I'll take the Broncos, but I think it's going to be an ugly game because of Houston's defense. I think they're going to make Bo Nix look like a rookie all over again.
Yeah, and one thing about the Texans, they always had good defenses. What's name became the head coach there? I said
Sean Payton. Before Sean Payton became head coach.
I was talking about for the Texans head coach.
The Texans.
Can't remember his name, but ever since he got there, he always built a good defense. So that's like it's going to be tough against Bo Nix, but I'm still good with the Broncos.
All right. Ed's going to take Denver as well. All right. Chiefs, Bills playing on VTRN. It's funny because usually the Bills beat the Chiefs in the regular season and lose to them in the playoffs. So for that reason, I'm taking the Bills to continue that trend.
I never go against Josh Allen. Like you said, it's regular season, but I feel like this is going to be the year for Josh Allen. But I'm waiting to playoffs.
Yeah. Ed's got Buffalo in this game. All right. We got two more, including both that are playing on VTRN 93.3 FM's airwaves. Thanks to being powered by ESPN Radio. Sunday Night Football, the Seattle Seahawks at 5-2. Jackson Smith and Jigba having a career year. They come to the Washington Commanders. We talked about this. They were wearing the retro jerseys, the Super Bowl jerseys that my family loves. I know a lot of Commander fans love. Question is, are they going to win in them? No. Ty shaking his head for those who
we all
can't
know,
see on the radio.
We all know right now with the Kamara situation. I ain't mean bust people's bubble. I understand y'all excited to bring back the jersey. Yes, I'm excited too, but like, let's be honest, everybody. You really think to go beat the Seattle Seahawks? That's probably like a top contender. in the NFC.
Yeah.
So let's be honest. No Terry McLaurin again. Debo has been playing hurt, so a lot of injuries happening too. So, and plus the Seahawks probably got the best defense in the NFC right now, and maybe in the league. So that's why I never go against the Seahawks. And Sandar's playing great.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to go with Seattle for that reason as well. Healthy Jaden Daniels, I don't think matters. And Ed's got Seattle as well. Oh, boy. Cardinals come to Dallas. Did you know Kyler Murray has only lost one game at Dallas? He's he's 6-1.
But do you think I really trust Kyler Murray right now? No,
I don't think you can trust Kyler Murray. I don't think you can, but I don't trust Dallas's defense to not make Kyler Murray look like an MVP candidate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely.
Marvin Harrison may have a breakout game.
Yes. I mean, Marvin Harrison is a good receiver regardless.
He is a great receiver.
I think he just get overlooked at because they wanted to put up crazy numbers, but he's still putting up productive numbers like he's supposed to.
Yeah.
But
he's also been cussed a couple of times.
Yes, but I'm going with the Cowboys on this one.
All right, I'm going to go with the Cardinals because I just don't trust Dallas right now.
Yeah, I feel you. I definitely understand that. You can't trust Dallas defense, but I just feel like Dallas is just going to get this win over the Cardinals.
I think offense will explode, though. I think I could see this being a Rams-Chiefs type game, 50-45 type score.
I'll say probably in the 30s.
Maybe in the 30s, man. I tell you what, though, but Ed's going to take Dallas because he's not a Kyler Murray guy.
Yeah.
All right. Those are our picks for the week. When we come back, Royal Howell of the Juice Network will be joining us. We're going to be breaking down the ACC contest right now, looking at some games ahead, talk about Carolina, Duke, Dave Doran potentially retiring, and ACC basketball returns. What is Royal Howell's thoughts on the ACC, and can they make a better statement this year? We will find out. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back on 93.3 FM, 1320 AM Lynchburg, and Ask Your Smart Speaker opens VTR and Sports.
The woke left doesn't want you to vote. They despise everything we stand for. And they know the only way they can win this election is if conservative Virginia voters like us don't show up. From the second we re-elected President Trump, they've stopped at nothing to stop us. They call us stupid. They lie their butts off. They even fantasized about murdering us. If conservatives don't vote, Jay Jones will be in charge of law enforcement, and Abigail Spanberger will decide what kind of man gets to undress next to your daughter at school. Radical DEI, insane taxes, sanctuary cities that protect criminal illegals instead of us. That's Virginia's future, unless every conservative votes. So don't let the woke nutjobs take control of our state. Send a clear message. Make your vote count on November 4th.
I'm Winsome Earl Sears, candidate for governor, and I sponsored this ad.
Your home is more than just walls and windows. It's where life happens. And at Right Choice Construction, we get that. We're not just builders. We're fathers, mothers, neighbors, just like you. And every nail and every beam reflects our commitment to creating a place you're proud to live in. With Right Choice Construction, you're choosing a team that's been perfecting the art of building for years. So build with us, build with experience, build with quality, build with Right Choice.
Is it time for a new place to call home? Moving out on your own? Perhaps your existing lease is up for renewal. Looking for a new roommate? Or maybe you just need a change of scenery. Then you need to check out brownstoneproperties.com. We have Central Virginia's largest selection of apartments, townhomes, and single-family homes. Applying is easy with our online application. Visit us online to begin your search at brownstoneproperties.com.
Yummy. Looks should not be deceived, especially when you place your order. Now under new ownership and newly staffed, Oliver's on Rivermont has a guarantee for you. What you see on the menu is what you'll get in every order. It's the same great-looking menu at Oliver's on Rivermont, now with new additions like pork chops, ribs, and pasta sticks. And the new chef is the master of consistency, so what you order is what you'll get every single time at Oliver's on Rivermont.
Hi, I'm Priscilla Presley. My love for animals began when I was 5 years old and found a puppy wandering alone. Growing up in a military family, pets weren't allowed, but I couldn't turn him away, and my family let me adopt him. That moment sparked a lifelong commitment to speak up for animals who can't speak for themselves. 50 plus years ago, Elvis and I supported American Humane Society because animals deserve our voice. And now, more than ever, they still do. American Humane Society saves lives and strengthens the bond between humans and animals. Each year, millions of animals end up in shelters, waiting for someone to give them a second chance. Your compassion can change a life. Please visit AmericanHumane.org to learn more. Thank you.
Hey there, fellow travelers. It's me, the Hotel Whiz. Before you go anywhere, call me day or night for hotel rates too low to publish. I'll save you up to 75% on over 500,000 hotels across the globe. You see, I've already done the research, so you don't have to spend time online trying to find the best deal. That's up to 75% off. Just call me, the Hotel Whiz. It's a free call, and you get instant access to rates too low to publish with no cancellation fees.
Make a free call now and save up to 75% off your hotel rooms the next time you're going somewhere for business or pleasure. Call the Hotel Whiz now and get instant access to rates too low to publish. 800-378-2714. 800-378-2714. 800-378-2714. Call the Hotel Whiz right now for rates too low to publish. 800-378-2714.
Halloween isn't here yet, but that doesn't mean you have to wait till the day of trick-or-treating to go out and have fun. Because we have scary, fun experiences for you at 62% off at InsaneRadioDeals.com, brought to you by VTRN. That's right, folks. We're doubling the love at 62% off list price items like Star City Half Marathon, Liberty Flames tickets, Rise Up Climbing Day and month passes, and Aqua Trek Adventures. All this and more now to November 3rd on InsaneRadioDeals.com.
Hi, I'm Zach Mackey, the voice of Virginia Tech men's basketball. Catch the Fast Lane with Ed Lane and Trey Lyle weekdays 5 to 6 p.m. on VTRN Sports 93.3 FM and the VTRN Sports app.
Step into the Fast Lane 24/7 at Trey Lyle VT and Fast Lane Ed Lane on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and wherever you listen to podcasts. Now, back to the Fast Lane.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Fast Lane. We've talked, we got our picks going on. It's a great time for college football. It's starting to feel that crisp weather. And by the way, we didn't mention it before, but happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to everybody listening. Maybe you're watching Friday Night Football. Maybe you're watching the World Series. Maybe you're taking the kids out trick-or-treating tonight, like our next guest will be, who's taking time with us before he does just that, getting to spend time with his kids before he makes the trip Monday or Tuesday, in Charlotte to see Duke's opening game in basketball against the Texas Longhorns. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's welcome in Royal Howell of the Juice Network, who has joined the show beforehand. Royal, how you doing tonight, man?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm living, man. I'm living. I'm enjoying life right now. I will say that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, where are y'all going around the neighborhood trick-or-treating tonight, or are y'all going to a mall or somewhere? I know trick-or-treating's changed over the years, man.
It certainly has. Usually what we do is we go buy a bunch of candy. Well, I go buy a bunch of candy. Coming for me and my wife's wallet, we go buy a bunch of candy for the kids, and they usually come to our house trick-or-treating, and we have the kids go to the front door with their buckets of candy and allow all the trick-or-treaters to come up and just grab as much candy as they want. And, we do that for about an hour or two, man, and we make sure the kids have a bunch of candy and food afterwards, and we just kind of enjoy the time together, man, just, spend quality time together.
Absolutely. And that's the best way to do it, too. And you think about it, I mean, I know you've got a busy week upcoming, man. You'll be at the Dick Vitale
Yes,
showcase,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on that, by the way, man. I'm excited for this Duke basketball team. I know we'll talk football here in a second, but ACC basketball, when you look at the rise of potentially of UVA, great recruiting, great new head coach, and you look at the scrimmages, they look good. NC State has brought a lot of excitement. Carolina, there's a lot in the air, but personally, I like who they've brought from the transfer portal, especially Vasir, man. I'm excited to watch him play. Gosh, he's super tall. Man, I'm excited. I think the ACC could have more than 4 teams in the tournament this year. I know it's way too early, but what are your thoughts on the ACC as far as basketball goes? Are we overhyping it, or is the ACC finally like going in the right direction?
I believe so. For a large portion of last year, a lot of discussion was who have you played lately, who have you beat lately also. And then when you look at the ACC SEC tournament, the ACC did not perform as well at all. All you heard throughout a large portion of last season, and rightfully so, was how many teams will the SEC get into the tournament? And I think this year, I'm not saying the ACC is as top heavy as the SEC as last year, but you look at this transfer portal and look at some of the players that are entering the ACC. I mean, you look at NC State and what Will Wade has done already, just being on campus in Raleigh just for a short few months. I mean, he's already getting arguably 2 top-tier players this weekend to come look at some games. They played North Carolina Central on Monday, which could be a huge game just to bring both communities together in Raleigh. But, I mean, what Will Wade has done in the transfer portal, you look at North Carolina also, just having a down year, even though they made the tournament. That was a big argument. Should they have not made the tournament last year? But you look at what Hubert Davis is doing. His seat is kind of hot in Chapel Hill, obviously. His seat is not the only hot seat in Chapel Hill that's hot, obviously. But his seat is hot, nevertheless. He's getting some nice recruits in there. You look at Caleb Wilson that's coming in this year, a potential lottery pick for this upcoming year. He is trying to do his best to kind of bring the Tar Heels back to national attention. You look at Virginia, you look at UVA, you look at Louisville, who is a title contender this year as well. The ACC, in my opinion, I believe at least a minimum 6 teams can make the NCAA tournament. And these exhibition games we've seen throughout the last week and a half, where you look at Duke going to Tennessee, you look at Louisville and Kansas, you look at North Carolina State playing South Carolina and Greensboro at the First Horizon Center. I mean, these are some big-time games against talented squads that all made NCAA appearances just a year ago.
And what's funny is Kansas is playing. I know Kansas is playing State and Carolina, so you've got that coming in. Duke has a loaded schedule, as does UVA. John Shire had pointed out that they really did this on purpose to really like showcase the talent and the competitiveness. What are your comments on that?
My comments are, we've asked John Shire about this on many occasions, and he has the same sentiments as the Duke women's basketball coach, Carol Lawson, who was just named Team USA head basketball coach for the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. But his sentiments are the same as hers, as if, you schedule these opponents to make your team better come tournament time. I mean, what do you really gain from beating the team by 60 points?
Yeah,
that's been the narrative that a lot of these coaches are sharing. I mean, you look at Duke's schedule starting Tuesday in Charlotte against Texas. I mean, they play Kansas in the Champions Classic up north in New York. I mean, they play Michigan State, they play Michigan, Arkansas, Florida in December. I mean, it's a grueling schedule. A lot of these teams, as you mentioned, Florida, they playing at Duke, just won a title a year ago, and they have a lottery pick potentially and Alex Condon this year playing for the same team. I mean, it's going to be some grueling matchups for the Duke Blue Devils, but as Coach John Shire has said, along with a lot of other coaches, is you schedule these opponents to see what your team's about, to see what you're made of, to see what you have on both ends of the court. You don't gain anything from beating a team by 30 points. We just call it like it is. You play these teams because these teams are seniors. They have a lot of talented freshmen also. They have great coaching. They have great awareness on both ends of the floor. They have athletes on both ends of the floor. And you play these teams because potentially you will see these teams round 2 of the NCAA tournament. They just call it like it is.
Absolutely. Royal Howell joining us here on the Fast Lane from the Juice Network. We'll pivot from basketball for now. But let's look at the football standings right now. We got 4 games left, and the ACC race is tight knit. You look at Miami and SMU, they're playing each other this week. You look at UVA, they've got a couple of trap games coming up, including, I'd argue, that game at Duke in a couple of weeks from now. UVA, that game right there is something to keep an eye out on. First off, let's ask this. Is there any stop in Georgia Tech? Do you see Georgia Tech slipping in the last 3 games in the ACC before they play Georgia?
I do not, man. And I'll tell you this. Georgia Tech really, I mean, they're a well-balanced team that has great coaching, that has a great quarterback, weapons on both sides of the football. But more importantly, they have a quarterback that does not make mistakes. And the thing about it is, you know what they're going to put on the field. They show you the offense. It is what it is. And the thing about it is you cannot stop it. And I give credit to Duke and I give credit to Manny Diaz. Arguably, Duke should have had a halftime lead against Georgia Tech a couple weeks ago in Durham. But, you know, you have the fumble at the 1-yard line, which Georgia Tech runs back 98 yards, which I think became the longest play in Georgia Tech's football history for a touchdown. What Georgia Tech has done is just establish consistency. They have grit, they have tenacity, but they have a coach that is willing to die for his team, and he doesn't put his team in situations where they're not able to convert on 3rd down or the defense can't get off on 3rd and long. Like, they don't beat themselves. And you see a lot of these teams that are in the ACC, especially at NC State here in Raleigh, where you have coaching rumors of coaches wanting to potentially get out of the system or get out of the program. But what we've seen at Georgia Tech is Georgia Tech controls its own destiny, and they don't beat themselves.
Absolutely. Ty, you had a question?
So if you look in the ACC right now, do you feel like towards the end, after the ACC tie, you know, everything towards the end of the season with the last game, do you see at least like 4 to 3 ACC teams make it to the college football playoff?
If I had to count at least one, because I think what's going to happen is for college football playoff, I think the ACC will get 1 team, and I'm not sure about 2. I know they did extend it to 12 teams, but I think honestly, only 1 team is coming out of the ACC. And I hate to say that, and the reason why is because there's been so much of the SEC talk and all these other different conferences, and then you got to throw Notre Dame in there, who's an independent, who they're dying to put them in the playoff, which I don't understand why. I understand why, the logistics and the politics behind it, but I think if we're talking realistically, I think 1 team from the ACC gets in the playoff. And that's sad to say it.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but I think only 1 team from the ACC gets into the college football playoff right now.
Do you think that NC State loss from UVA, even if they win it out and make it to the ACC championship, do you think that hurts them in the long run, no matter how they finish?
You said NC State?
Yeah, no, for UVA. UVA's lost to State. Do you think that hurts them no matter how they finish?
I think UVA. If you look at the standings, I think UVA and also along with Georgia Tech pretty much control their own destinies. But at the same time, I think they both control their own destinies. I know UVA has a matchup with Duke. I think Georgia Tech already beat Duke. So if you look at the tiebreakers, I think it really will boil down to who loses against who. I have Georgia Tech in the ACC championship in Charlotte. I really do. I thought that game at Duke would have been like a deciding factor, in my opinion. And they control their own destiny. So I think I will end up seeing Georgia Tech and Charlotte. I think that's how it's going to end up playing out.
Who do you think would be the second team, if not UVA?
That's the only thing about the ACC, man. In years past, you would have penciled in Clemson, but Clemson's been a laughing stock of the ACC. I tell you, man, if I had to think about it,
there's so much going on in the ACC.
Exactly. I really can't sit here and tell you. I really think Georgia Tech's going to be in Charlotte, but the second team, I really don't know, because week in, week out in the ACC, you don't know what's going to happen. The ACC is like the wild, wild west right now, man.
That's why I feel like the college football playoff is going to be a huge headache with the ACC teams.
Yeah, man. I could see them trying to get Miami in, no matter what, unless Miami loses again. I think with UVA, the college football playoff is going to keep their eye on it, but I think they're going to find reasons not to throw them in and throw in
Louisville Cardinals.
Them and Louisville. I think they'll find ways to not throw Louisville in unless they feel like they have to, because They would rather put 5 SEC teams in. Royal,
Yeah.
while we have you on the show, Ty and I were at UVA in Carolina. We saw an improved Carolina team. What have you seen with Carolina? Do you think maybe they found their niche? Yeah, they're not winning, but they're not getting blown out either. They're just shooting themselves in the foot at the wrong times.
Yeah. I'll tell you this about Carolina. I mean, you look at the last 2 weeks, fumble at the goal line, and then a failed 2-point conversion in overtime. They've been right there at the finish line. They just haven't got over the finish line. But they have a great opportunity this week at Syracuse, who's been outscored, I believe, like 140-50 over the last 4 games. Uniquely enough, both teams are both on 4-game losing streaks. But Syracuse, more than likely, them losing their starting quarterback against prior to the Duke game, Steve Angeli, they've been like on a huge slump. But I think the spread right now is like 3.5, I believe. I think this is a great opportunity for Carolina to go in and get their first conference win of the year. I think they actually will win this weekend, which will give Bill Belichick his first conference win in Chapel Hill.
Juice Network's Royal Howell joined us on the show today. One more question for you, Royal. There was an intercept of an interview where Dave Doeren admitted to the interviewee that he wasn't really having fun at NC State. He said last year's team made him considering retirement, and we know NC State's been on a downward spiral. And you and I talked about it at the beginning of the season, where if Dave Doeren and NC State's not meeting expectations, would NC State have the guts to maybe do what they did to Kevin Keatts and finally cut him off? But where do you think the rumors of him potentially retiring are true, or is it just hearsay?
You know what? I think I won't sit here and say I'm straddling the fence. I think a lot of it kind of boils down to the buyout. Because I believe before December 1st, he's owed like $15 million. And after December 1st, I think it's like 13 for like $34.8 million. I think that contract goes throughout 2029. Yeah. But also, I heard that same interview that you heard, and there's like no other way around it. Really, it was said. I guess a lot of it was based off of emotion, and he's been on record saying that he doesn't want to make long-term decisions on temporary emotions. But nevertheless, as we mentioned earlier this year, and as you look again, they're 1-3 in the ACC. They struggled over the last month, 4-4 overall. They have a pristine and opportunity-wise to win a game this week in Raleigh against Georgia Tech. Now, will that happen? Probably not. But I mean, if you're going to go out, you go out guns blazing. You have a Georgia Tech team that's coming in 8-0, 5-0 in conference. A Georgia Tech team that controls his own destiny. They lead the ACC. They're fighting for playoff hopes. They're fighting for a chance in Charlotte. What opportunity more than likely do you have to win a game with all these rumors and the buyout conversations to beat Georgia Tech in Raleigh? I mean, if you're going to go out guns blazing, you go out and you win this game and you put all that talk away for a little while, maybe for a week or two, and then it's going to come back again because you're still trying to become bowl eligible, 1-3 in the ACC. So I think what other opportunity do you have this week than to play a Georgia Tech team in Raleigh with all these rumors and you're back against the wall and it's really the brotherhood, you're fighting for each other. What other opportunity do you have to play for your coach than to come out here on Saturday night and to beat the number 8 Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in Raleigh at Carter Finley? What other opportunity?
I will say this. November 21st, NC State versus Florida State. Maybe loser fires their head coach. We'll see. We'll see if that happens, man. Hey, that's all I'm saying. Hey, Royal, thank you for joining us, man. Have fun with the wife and kids. Tell them I said hello. And
yes, sir.
Will I see you at UVA and Duke? Because I'll be down there.
Most definitely. And I want to go ahead and tell you this, too, but I know we're on live right now. Congratulations on your engagement, man. I'm super proud of you, man. I've watched you out here grind and you put on for your family, and I'm really super proud of you, man. Congratulations to you and your your future wife, and many blessings to you and the family, man.
I appreciate that, man. I love you a lot, bro. Much love.
Yes, sir.
Love.
Much love.
We'll be right back. We're going to go to commercial and then Fast at 5-ish. Don't go anywhere.
At the Used Car Superstore on the Sheeler Motor Mile. Shop local and save more with exceptional service and selection. Your search stops here with over 900 pre-owned vehicles to choose from, plus a huge selection of new car brands in Southwest Virginia. Honda, Hyundai, Toyota, Subaru, Kia, Chevrolet, Mitsubishi, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. 11 new car brands, 900 used vehicles, all in one location. The Sheeler Motor Mile gives you more choices with pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Many have miles in the teens, remaining factory warranties, and some are even local one-owner vehicles. More than any other dealer in the area, plus exceptional service, selection, savings, and financing options, and top dollar for your trade. Volume selling means volume pricing, and we've got the volume with 11 new car brands and over 900 used vehicles, all in one location. And we're proud to support our local schools and community. The Used Car Superstore on the Sheeler Motor Mile, your premier car dealer, locally and family owned for over 50 years. I-81 exit 118C in Christiansburg. Call 866-SHEELER1. Always open at Sheeler.com.
The Conference USA Women's Soccer Championship is coming to Lynchburg, hosted by Liberty University at Osborne Stadium, Sunday, November 2nd through Friday, November 7th. See the best in Division I college soccer. 8 teams battle for the CUSA title and a berth in the NCAA Women's College Cup. Adult tickets just $10 for each session before the championship game. $15 for the championship. Ages 3 to 17, just $5 for all sessions. CUSA students free with ID. Tickets at libertyflames.com/CUSAW
VTRN Sports, powered by ESPN Radio. The games play here with NFL action this week, kicking off on Thursday at 8 o'clock after Tech Talk Live. It's Ravens at Dolphins. Then Sunday, a triple-header with coverage starting at 12:30 with Panthers at Packers, Chiefs at Bills, then Seahawks at Commanders on Sunday Night Football. Then, after Tech basketball on Monday night, it's Cardinals at Cowboys. Listen to all the big games on VTRN Sports, powered by ESPN Radio, 93.3 FM, 1320 AM, and on the VTRN Sports app, and at your smart speaker, open VTRN Sports.
Hi, this is Zach Mackey, the voice of Virginia Tech men's basketball. You're listening to The Fast Lane with Ed Lane and Trey Lyle. Join the chat at Trey Lyle VT and Fast Lane Ed Lane on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram.
Well, we want to thank Royal Howard, the Juice Network, for joining us. Always a great time when he comes on to the Fast Lane. Hey, we got a great high school game coming up for you on WIQO 100.9. Jefferson Forest Cavaliers and the Brookville Bees, which I'm about to head over to call that game on another station. You can listen to Ed Lane call the game on, as we stated, WIQO 100.9. Ty Tracy will be running halftime and postgame there as well, the usual breed. And we're going to go over that game with
It's time for Fast Five at 5-ish. 5-ish minutes on 5 relevant topics done around 5 p.m.-ish. Ish, because our counting skills are kind of ish. Let's start with number 5.
Well, we just mentioned it. The Jefferson Forest Cavaliers and the Brookville Bees are taking on each other. Jefferson Forest Cavaliers have already claimed a wild card spot in Class 4D.
4A Region D. Yep.
4A Region D. That's correct. And so they've got their playoff spot. Here's the problem with Brookville. They have to win out, and Albemarle has to lose out.
Okay.
As well as look out for Spotswood.
Yeah.
Brookville is trying to get that last spot, and they're close, but they need help.
I say for Rustburg as well, the Region D, they're loaded. Louis County is undefeated. GW is 7-1, and Sherendo is 6-3.
Yeah, Louisa is undefeated, and they play Albemarle tonight.
Yep.
So that could be huge if Albemarle loses that game. And then you got Heritage and LCA on the other side at City Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Winner, if LCA wins, they win the Seminole District. Heritage wins, then it's up to they've got to win out. They've got to win out and beat Jefferson Forest next week, and then it's theirs.
Yep.
If Heritage beats LCA, but Jefferson Forest beats Heritage next week,
it'll be a 3-way tie.
Exactly. Man, that's crazy to think about, man.
And plus, I think in the Region C and 3A, I think it's a 3-way tie. I say it's a 3-way race for the number 1 spot between LCA, Turner Ashby, and Heritage, because they all lost one game.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, actually, if I had someone send me the other day, let's see if I can pull it up here. Anyway, yeah, but the division rate, the playoff race right now is very, very close. And yeah, here it is. Broadway 1, LCA 2, Allegheny 3, Wilson Memorial 4, Heritage 5, Turner Ashby 6, Luvana 7, and Western Albemarle 8. That is what your playoff is looking like right now. Meanwhile,
Number 4.
Hey, did you hear about the MLB investigation going on with the MLBPA? It's a pretty interesting story. So, NBA's been dealing with their gambling problems. You know, as we all know, Chauncey Billups has been arrested. Terry Rozier was arrested. Dave Jones was arrested over there. They got the FBI involved over that. But yesterday, and I mentioned it a tiny bit, but Ron Rivera came onto the show and we went to him knowing we could table it in the future. Now, the FBI, the feds are investigating a for-profit venture that the MLPA sent millions to. According to ESPN's Jeff Passan, federal law officers are investigating a youth baseball company owned by the Major League Baseball Players Association that spent $3.9 million while holding few sparsely attended live events for the kids. That's the problem there. Very few events were held. So where is all $3.9 million going? That's where the feds are looking into right now. What's going on with our pro sports, man?
This money is getting too out of hand, and people are getting too greedy.
Man, you had the NFL investigation with players where GMs were purposely holding out and waiting for other players to sign first, and they were caught with that. Then you have the NBA with this whole gambling issue, MLB with this, NIL scandals all around, and college football. I can only imagine what's going to be found with the NHL, Ty.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's coming soon.
Meanwhile,
Number 3.
hey, college basketball is around the corner. We got Liberty taking on Kentucky Christian Monday. I'll be at UVA and Ritter in Charlottesville. BT's playing Charleston Southern. It's going to be interesting to watch those three in the Commonwealth go at it.
I think this is going to be a huge year for basketball in the Commonwealth. I think it's going to be definitely a bounce back year for UVA and Virginia Tech as well.
Absolutely. I think UVA, this is the year for the ACC. They had 4 teams barely make it. Let's go ahead and say barely, because Carolina barely made it in. You could maybe make the argument that Wake Forest could have gotten in.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story. But this could be the year where the ACC could maybe have 6, 7 teams.
Yeah, I think last year was definitely a down year for the ACC. That never happened for the ACC in basketball. But I think this year is definitely a rebound back and get them back in the ACC, back in the basketball talk like the ACC used to be.
And funny enough, JMU is going to be playing Washington and Lee. Their first game will be on Wednesday, November 5th. And then you go over to the Atlantic 10 for VCU. VCU playing under their new head coach. They got Wagner at home. All the Virginia schools are home, including Longwood. Shout out to Longwood. Big South over there, baby. Now for
Number 2.
By the way, the Washington Commanders are bringing out the nice burgundy red jerseys that they used to wear during the Super Bowl era when they were the name redacted back in the 80s, man. And we get to see them break it out against Seattle on Monday Night Football. Ty, I haven't had a chance to listen to Tuesday's episode, but did Lake Lewis talk about the unis at all?
Nah, he didn't. We didn't bring up the unis. I think he was more concerned about the performers and how the Commanders about to face the Lions, the Seahawks. I mean, and they already faced the Commanders. I think they did, like, after the Dolphins, they had the Broncos. So it's going to be a rough several weeks for them.
Hey, listen, just don't do what the Cowboys did against the Broncos and let R.J. Harvey get nearly 200 yards on you, man. R.J. Harvey's a fast running back. I was wondering when he was going to break out. But Washington Commanders, they need this win. Jaden Daniels will be coming back against Seattle. Luckily, can that defense hold Jackson Smith and Jigba, who is having a career year right now, by the way?
Yes.
I mean career. So I wonder if the Vikings feel bad. Vikings are not feel bad, but regret letting Sam Darnold go. Meanwhile,
Number 1.
Hey, Liberty and Delaware this weekend. UVA at California. Virginia Tech at home against Louisville. Ty, let's go ahead and break down Liberty and Delaware. What are you expecting out of this game?
This is a must-need win for Liberty because right now they're really hurt on the defensive side of the ball, losing Joseph Carter, the linebacker, especially the communicator who does all the single calls for him, is definitely hurt him. Braylon Green's still out, so I think Delaware is going to take advantage of Liberty's defense, but right now I don't trust Liberty overall.
I know it's going to be hard, man, and it's going to be interesting to see. You're going to be at that game, too, on Saturday.
Yes.
You and I were talking about Delaware's offense, man, and they got a great passing attack, by the way. It's very, I wouldn't say unique, but it's definitely
like you can't fall asleep on it.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
They
love rolling out.
When they start cooking, they start throwing the ball. But like Bryce Gorin said, I mean, you can run against Liberty because they know Liberty's run game defense is terrible. Even like you see with New Mexico State, it was not a run team, but they was taking advantage of the run. So I think they're going to probably take advantage of the run against Liberty.
Potential pathway to the championship, or just a potential pathway to finish 6-6?
They're going to have to finish 6-6. I'm sorry. I don't. Over the rest of the schedule, you see these teams, they look good.
Yeah. You think VT could be bowl eligible? When you look at their schedule, Louisville this week, they play Miami at home as well. You've got UVA, and the other game slips my mind at the moment, but there's 4 games left.
I ain't gonna lie to you, VT they not making it to the bowl game. I'm sorry. Right now, with the way they're playing, they're dealing with coach's search and for firing Brent Pry. It's too much going on. BT is gonna have to Florida State. They're gonna have to lay the egg this year. I'm sorry.
I agree. UVA, that's going to be interesting to see. I tell you what, UVA. You look at UVA's schedule, and we talked about it with Royal, but Wake Forest trap game next week. Cal could be a trap game. In all honesty.
I'm Ed Beckett. The Toronto Blue Jays are 1 win away from their first World Series title since 1993. They will play host to the Dodgers in Game 6 of the Fall Classic, with Toronto leading 3-2. LA will try to get its bats going and force the 7th game, and Dodgers manager Dave Roberts was asked to assess his team's hitting woes.
You know what? I think, I've been doing a lot of thinking